All right, guys, we're back. I had to pause it. It's just too good of an album to not put on, and I want to have music in the background so you guys can learn to do some Holy Spirit meditation here. This is Every Table's an Altar, Bread and Wine, Ben Smith. Amazing worship album. All right, so it's going to be a really easy beginner flow here. Also for lower back pain, it's good if you're injured and you're trying to stretch when your back is pretty much locked up and injured, right? So if you remember this one, this is very childlike, fun, all right? So you literally could try to, if you can, get your lower back all the way on the ground like we talked about in a video or two ago, okay? And then a little bit of a squeeze, little bit of a squeeze, knees toward your chest here, guys. And slowly rock to each side, controlling it a little bit to where you're not just flipping around, but keeping a little tension. Pull the belly button toward the spine a little bit. Keep that lower back flat on the ground. And as you go over, try to resist tipping all the way over. Start to see if you can get further over. All right, it doesn't matter how far you go. You may just be doing a couple of inches on each side. Just see how good this feels on your lower back, especially if it's really tight right now. Just easy, okay? So then we're gonna come over here, drop one leg. First, I want you to pull this knee straight back in a straight line, okay? You should have your lower back all the way on the ground. You're not squeezing. This is what's called an active pose. It means that you are activating, you are having to pull with other muscles, but you're not pulling down really hard, right? Just pulling enough pressure here. Breathing in for 3 or 4 seconds. And out. Okay, now I want you to, instead of pulling straight back, bring that knee out to the side just a little bit, right? So you'll see on here, instead of being straight here, it's just out to the side a little. The hip's in the same spot, but the knee comes out a little, and it's gonna pull now toward the outside of my shoulder more so than the chest, where it was lined up before, okay? So go ahead and pull leaving everything else the same, lower back on the ground, other foot out straight. Pull that knee out a little, and then give it that same tension back. If you can't get your left leg straight on the ground, you can hold it up. You can put it on the ground here. Whatever you need to do to get that very lower part of your back flat on the ground so that there's no space. My back is not arched where it could reach under there, if possible. If you don't have the mobility yet, that's okay. But the easiest thing to do is to pull the knees up, get that lower back really flat. That builds the foundation of our stretches, okay? So now we're gonna switch to the other side. I'm gonna pull this knee straight back. Breathing in for 3 or 4 seconds, guys, and then breathing out for 3 or 4. Okay, and then pulling the knee out to that side just a little bit, and then straight back from there. All right, guys. This is going to be a, yeah, awesome. So now, this is a really cool pose. This can be done as a beginner's pose too, guys. You don't have to push really hard or have great mobility to start this, but All you're gonna do is take your left foot, cross your left ankle over your right knee here, okay? This is gonna stretch the piriformis. It's a hard to reach muscle. This is gonna be similar to a pigeon pose, if you've ever heard of that, which we will do as well. But the nice thing about this is if your mobility is tight, your legs are real tight, say maybe this foot is not really making this, nice flat, that's okay. If you've got the ankle on top of the knee, all you're gonna do is reach behind the knee. If you pull to right here, guys, and you're feeling a stretch all in here, great, okay? But if you can pull back just a little more, see for me, it's about here. And again, I'm not cranking on this and pulling really hard, but as I'm pulling this, I'm feeling the stretch in the back side of this leg. This leg that's your left leg here, all on the outside of this hip, the inside of the thigh. And all I have to do is reach through, grab behind my knee here, pull this knee just a little bit. All right, we're gonna hold here for a little bit. And you'll notice through these videos, over time, you'll see if you pay attention, I get deeper into the stretches. You'll get deeper into each stretch, especially when we start holding them for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. The goal will be to start slow, but you'll be amazed if you hold stretches for a few minutes and breathe through the discomfort as you go through some cycles of breath, especially on the exhales. You'll find yourself surrendering to some of the poses, breathing out in the body as you surrender and relax to the let it happening, let your body do what it does, let what's happening happen, and you don't fight it and resist it actively. You'll find your way that you can breathe your way right into some deeper ranges of motion over time, okay? So next one. Right ankle over left knee. Reach through, grab behind your left knee, and rock back. What's up? You about to do a class in here?
Are you about to start a class?
Oh no, I was asking her, you about to do a class? Oh, okay.
No, the lighting in here is just good.
Yeah, nice. All right, guys, and then we're almost out of time. Let's do one more though. Okay. Here's a good one you can do at home when you're lying in bed, okay? I do this one all the time. Feet together. Right? It's literally, I'm in bed reading, right? Maybe on the rare times I'm watching something on my phone, I'll just use my cell phone. Just bringing the feet a little close to the butt, feeling the stretch here in the inner thighs. And you can sit here in this pose, again, lower back down on the bottom of the mattress. A little squeeze in the glutes, a little squeeze in the lower abs will help lock that pelvis in place. But as I get to this position, I'll sit here and read. And over time, you feel the stretch in these inner thighs, right? These adductors, right? Inner thighs, the muscles that pull the legs together, as opposed to the abductors, the hips. Outside right here, those are the ones that will rotate your legs open, that you lift a leg up to the side, right? So you can sit here and read a book, guys. You can also put a pillow under each knee, and that will actually take some of the tension off of here and stretch different muscles. So when you're lying down, reading a book, if you have no pillows under the knees, you'll get a stretch in one spot. If you lie down, we're gonna read, we're gonna watch something on our phone, bottoms of the feet together, just a little bit close to the butt, just the littlest bit of tension in, and then you can put a pillow under each side here, and you'll notice that the stretch changes to a different area, right? Everybody stretches the quads and the hamstrings, the muscles that make the legs do this, but you have muscles here that close the legs, you have muscles on the outside that open, so your legs are moving in different planes, right? And then as well as rotationally, we're gonna get into some knee and ankle stuff. You know, it's really easy to go to the gym and just focus on movements that make the legs move this way. We need to start getting them to open, close, squatting, sideways lunges, moving in different planes, rotational, all that stuff. So we're starting basic. We're gonna build on that. This is another phenomenal stretch here for if you want to get the inner thighs. Very common culprit when it comes to lower back pain. And this is the frog pose, okay? So you've got two options here, guys. Your feet, as you get down on hands and knees here, the goal is gonna be to have your hips kind of in line with your knees here. You don't wanna be way forward unless you have to. The more you can sit back, actually, the deeper the stretch is. Your lower legs, if you notice my foot's there, your shins can go straight back, or if you need to, you can tuck the lower legs in, just like that pose we were just doing, lying on the bed. When you're lying down reading and stuff, you can bring those feet in that same position where they're kind of touching in the middle or close, or you can have them to where your thigh comes out and then it's like a 90-degree angle straight down into those shins vertically. Your choice. I like the shins down. It makes the stretch deeper for me, but everybody's body's different. Okay. And then again, if your hips come forward a little, that's okay. The more you can sit back though, and the more that this hip joint is in line with this knee, the more that you let these hips go straight down instead of driving up and forward, the deeper the stretch is gonna be. Okay, so last one here, guys. Couple of minutes. Again, your forehead can touch the ground, your chin, your chest. If you really want to deepen the stretch, you can reach the hands out. And the more you sit back and push your hips back towards your feet, the deeper, the tougher the stretch will get. Remember, we're breathing in for 4 and out for 4. So if you want to try some with me, if you're having a harder time doing this, breathing, focusing on the breathing and the breathing cadences. There's a lot of science behind it. It's good. Science is good, guys. This is us examining God's creation and studying it and learning about God through it. And as well as I know the efficacy because there's a lot of people who've done this, and Christian friends of mine as well as me, and it's so proven when you learn to focus on your breath when you're really in pain and uncomfortable, and you're 6 minutes into 5-6 minutes into a deep stretch, and all of your brain and your body's telling you to quit, and you don't listen to it. Focusing on this breathing will get you through 20-minute sessions in the brutal sauna heat long stretches, it starts to transfer to your workouts. You find that you have an inner strength we're trying to help you to tap into here that's very God-given, that can be developed just like a muscle, just like lifting a bunch makes that one muscle bigger. We're making this mental muscle bigger. So breathe with me here, guys. We're gonna go in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Good. And then as with all our poses, we're gonna come out nice and slow. All right? Especially the longer we've held them, we're gonna ease out of them, guys. Finally, the last part of every stretching session that I do is called the rebound. It's where you're gonna lie down flat on the ground, let everything relax. Take a nice big breath out. If you pushed it on some of the stretches, the contrast that you feel right now is so beautiful. Just a nice break. Sit and enjoy the benefits of what you just did. You don't have to make any plans. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is be in this moment. God's here. He's pleased with you. Sit at the Lord's table. Lie down. He makes you to lie down in green pastures sometimes. And this is thankful for his love, the power of his blood, his forgiveness, what he did to end sin, to set us free because of how much he loves us, to be with us, not so we could do things for him, to be with us. And feel free to stay there for a few minutes, guys, but I'm gonna cut this for just the sake of the timer. I usually do about 3 to 5 minutes. It's a great time of meditation. Be still and know that I'm God. You know, the Bible is where meditation is talked about, and you know, it's been hijacked by a lot of places. Empty your mind. No, guys, just be still and rest in God's presence. It's super easy. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to enjoy the benefits of meditation. So thanks, guys. We'll see you next video.